Well, today was he kept him down, but he worked hard to do it, and found himself in trouble quite a bit and able to work out of it. And I think that's something Lance does well. But I wouldn't say that's one of his best days, and he still was very good. But he had to work hard. You look at it, 100 pitches after 5. That's he's doing it a little different than what he's accustomed to. But he still looked pretty good.
Any reason for that you guys can kind of pinpoint? He was falling behind a lot.
Yeah, working behind a little bit, and when he got ahead, we gave up some 0-2 hits. There's an inning two there. He finally gets a quick out, and works a deep count, full count, and gives up a base on balls and ends up scoring. I mean, those add up, and he did have some deeper counts today. But he's a guy who's been getting better through his career, pitching out of trouble. That's not something you want to be in very often, but he worked and left a lot of guys on base today.
Just how long his innings were playing to taking him out at 99 pitches instead of sending him back?
Yeah, he was working hard right from the beginning. We do have extra rest, but at that point too, you could tell he looked like he was working hard, and it was a full day, even though it wasn't as long as what he wanted. He was hoping to go back out there, which he always does. Just wasn't right today, which did put a little bit more on our pen, but they responded well.
Yeah. Is it a nature of the off days you've had, or how close these games have been, or maybe even how valuable wins have been? How often you've gone to the bullpen so far? I think it's 18 relievers over the last 3 games.
Yeah, not happy about that. It's not how we have drawn it up to use these guys that much, and that's what I told them as we came through the clubhouse, shaking hands afterwards. This isn't what we can't. It's just too much of a workload. That's why we tried to keep Seth right there to as few pitches as possible. But to answer the rest of your question, yeah, wins are that valuable, and we've got to jump on it when we can. And we had one right there that we had to go to multiple guys because we kept getting into trouble. We kept having guys on base, and someone else had to come in and do their job. Ideally, that's not what it looks like. We'd like our starter to go deeper. We'd like to maybe use a couple of our guys from multiple innings so we're not getting them all up every single night. But when you're kind of fighting to make sure you're finishing it off, you do what you got to do.
Mike, on the hit and run play, the Brewers had second baseman cover second, even Jay at the plate. Was that something that you guys expected? Is that what was kind of behind that call there?
Hit and runs just get the ball on the ground and trust that you're going to find a good spot, or that the middle will be moving somewhere. You never know exactly which side they're going to go to. It has to do with how they're pitching and what they think of their spray charts and where they think the hitter might go. We do that sometimes too. On the pull side, we'll go and cover on a steal. John's hit a lot of balls the opposite way for base hits, but he did a nice job of getting on top of it and trusting it, and found a hole.
I think Yachty can take a sigh of relief after a day like today, offensively.
Yeah. Probably a short sigh because he's pretty demanding on himself. But it was nice to have a couple balls fall through there, and his last at bat too. Even though he popped up, really looked like he was getting the bat head in the right position. So it was a good day for him offensively.
You guys had a lot of hits early in the count against Peralta. Was that part of the game plan against him?
Game plan every night. We get good pitch to hit. Doesn't matter what count it is. Make sure you go to your zone, be aggressive, and try to do some damage when you get the ball that you feel that you can handle. And I think the guys were aggressive. They were aggressive on the bases too. Matt Carpenter going first to third on a very good arm and par in left field. Jason Hayward right behind it. As soon as the base hit happened, there was no doubt. He and Jose Oquendo both did a nice job of not backing off and challenging the throw, and got us a couple quick runs. But the aggressiveness is something that we're just going to keep talking about all season long.
Mike, was Carpenter's double there due to kind of save that inning? It seemed like maybe there was more to be had.
Yeah, we were, Lance had already thrown 80-some pitches when we got to that point, and we once again, you're talking about a bullpen that's had a lot of work already. We needed him to go back up there, and we were hoping to maybe squeeze another run out, and Matt just comes up with another big hit. The guy is he's fun to watch just because of how disciplined, how consistent he is, and how he goes about his at-bats. And we love it when he gets up gets up in those big situations because we know he's going to have a real nice plan, and it's not always going to work out, but he's as consistent as anybody you're going to see in the league.
Not Holiday's got a hit in every game, but I think it's all singles. You know, is that power going to come for him?
He's hitting the ball hard. That's all we preach. Hit the ball hard. The rest of the stuff will happen. And he's got a nice approach. Real happy where he is right now. Driving in runs. That's the name of the game, right? Doesn't matter if you do it over the fence or if they're numbers. But he's hitting the ball hard when guys are in scoring position. He's driving in the big run. That's what he does extremely well.